He's sitting in a jail cell right now, and the judge
Yeah.
denied him bail.
Right,
And he could
Hold
listen.
on.
He's not going to get life, and we know that was on the line.
Oh, and by the way, the government, they filed a letter. What's the government going to ask for? They're going to ask for 50 to 60 months or something like that. The sentencing guidelines, frankly, are 20 to 27. He was acquitted. The judge denied bail, but the judge specifically said, look, I have to, because they're alleging it's a crime of violence, and the defense basically conceded the violence and said that this is a domestic violence case, except he's not being charged with domestic violence. He had a standard. The judge adhered to the standard.
What's going on, Caffeinated? I ain't seen you in a minute. Everybody, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. And everybody hit the thumbs up button. Let's get it. For everything that I've researched, Diddy is going to be sentenced today. At first, it has something to do with October, but now, for whatever reason, and we're going to get into that with these videos, they're going to explain it. He is supposed to be sentenced today. So in 5 more minutes, we're going to hear something. He's in jail now. I mean, he's about to get in front of the judge right now. So I got a whole bunch of videos we're going to talk about and break this whole thing down, because some of y'all might be confused on why, who, when, where, and what, and why he may get sentenced this versus not getting sentenced that. But everybody, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. What's going on, Wendy? What's up, Valerie? What's up, Michelle? Brown Sugar is in the building. Hit a like button. Let's go. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat.
That doesn't mean that at sentencing he's not going to.
You sound like you're thinking like 3-4 years.
No, I think if there's any justice, he'll get 21 months time served, something like that. Even if you were to get 36, he's eligible for all kinds of other stuff.
And that's kind of like what I said. Remember, I said he's only going to get a year in jail or a year in prison and a year with anger management and probably some drug relation, like some type of rehab or something. Or that 1 year could be time served. That's what I said.
He's not going to do much more time.
So you think he'll get out? You think he'll get out within a year?
Oh yeah, he should. I think he'll be out within a year, 18 months at the most. I think there's a distinct possibility that he gets sentenced to something akin to time served.
Diddy and Cassie are now being sued by a male entertainer for, amongst other things, trafficking. So let's break it all down. I'm an attorney and I read what happened, so you don't have to. Just days after Diddy was found not guilty.
Before we get into that, let me know what y'all think in the chat. What y'all think in the comments. Put a time he is going to do. Is it going to be time served? Is it going to be 1 year? Is it going to be 5 years? Is it going to be 20 years? Drop your opinion in the comments. Everybody right now, drop your opinion in the comments. Is it 1 year, time served, 10 years, 5 years? What? Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
On federal trafficking and racketeering charges, he's now facing a new civil lawsuit, this time from a male entertainer named Clayton Howard. According to the civil complaint filed in court, Howard is suing both Diddy and Cassie, accusing them of trafficking, coercion, and non-consensual conduct over an 8-year period beginning in 2009. Howard claims he was trafficked across state lines to participate in what they allegedly called freak-offs. In a direct quote from the filing, Howard states, "Ventura was not merely a victim forced into encounters with male entertainers, but rather an active and engaged participant who willingly manipulated and exploited others to satisfy depraved desires of defendant Combs and herself." Howard, who used the alias Dave, says that he was drugged, manipulated, and filmed without consent. He alleges that Cassie once commanded him activities for hours, leaving him bruised and swollen. And he also claims that she forced herself on him and later terminated a pregnancy without informing him. As for Diddy, Howard alleges he made, quote, implied threats of violence and once threatened to pistol whip him if he didn't comply. Howard is seeking damages for psychological injury, emotional distress, medical expenses, and loss of income. No criminal charges have been filed in the civil case, but it marks another major legal front for Combs, and possibly for Cassie. So, let me know, do you think this lawsuit
and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
baseless claims? Leave your comments down below and let me know if you have any questions.
Long prison sentence for Diddy. A legal expert believes the judge hinted that by denying his bail. Maximum sentence for this crime, these 2 crimes that he was convicted of, is 20 years in prison. Diddy's lawyers want him to get 2 years.
Y'all think he's going to get 20 years? I think 20 years is pushing it a little bit. But I keep hearing that the judge does not like Diddy. So if the judge doesn't like Diddy, Diddy could get 20 years.
2 years.
Yeah, let's get the likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Take a second, everybody watching. Thank y'all for being here. But take a second to hit the like button. Let's get 100 likes real quick. If 100 of y'all hit the like button all at one time, boom, we'll get all our likes up. So everybody take a second to hit the like button and we'll keep going. I got my eyes on any type of thing going on outside the courthouse, so nothing is changing right now. But everybody take a second and hit the like button. We gotta get these likes up, please and thank you. Facebook, YouTube, hit the like button, hit the like button. Come on, y'all. Everybody take a second out your busy schedule with your thumbs. What else you doing with your thumbs? Just hit the like button real quick and we keep going. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button.
But the legal expert, and I believe the legal expert here because I was thinking the same thing, believes the judge is gonna put a long, hard sentence on Diddy. Why?
Oh.
Two factors. 1, he believes the judge, and there's guidelines. When you're sentencing someone, there's all kind of guidelines that you have to go through. And if the judge believes Diddy's a danger to the public, that's one guideline. And this expert believes the judge believes that. Especially by the charges, them 3 charges getting dismissed, and he still denied the bail and kept the bail. So folks, I agree with this expert. I'm going to say again, I'm going to predict 5.5 years on each charge. I'm going to go with 11 to 20. I'm going with 11 to 20. What do you guys think in the comments?
He has a hearing set for today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is going to have to do with his sentencing. Now, Diddy's original sentencing was scheduled for October 3rd, 2025, but his attorneys are asking for that to be moved up. So today they're going to discuss their schedules to see when he can go in for sentencing. On top of that, they're going to talk about what range of sentence he should get. Now, the prosecution is asking that he at least get 51 to 63 months in prison, which is around 4 to 5 years as the least. The defense is asking that he only gets between 21 and 27 months in prison, and he has credit for the 10 months of time served. So that'll be right at 2 years with credit for time served. He'll do a year and maybe a few months. So we'll get some more details on that today. Now, he could be facing up to 10 years per charge for totaling out 20 years. And he does have more lawsuits that have been filed since this trial, and I will get to those later. As soon as I Have some more information, I will let you all know.
Court's going to hold a conference. We will find out a couple of things. One, when will sentencing be? Two, hopefully we'll find out what is the government's theory of the crime. Is it that he paid for prostitution when he paid the women? Is it that him and the women paid for prostitution when they paid the men? Or is it that he paid for prostitution with the women and the men? And we'll find out, I think, how much time the government is saying he should get for the act of paying.
Diddy trial day. Did you guys miss me? It's Tuesday, July 8th, and there is court today. Now, it is remote court, and it starts at 2 p.m. In court last week, Wednesday, Diddy got denied bail. He was also sentenced for scheduling in October. The defense team said that they wanted to move up sentencing. Prosecution had no problem with that. So what's going to happen today in court? So today in court, we'll find out, one, when they're moving sentencing up to. So not October, it's just going to be soon. Two, we'll probably find out exactly why or exactly what the charge is for this transportation to engage in prostitution, also known as the Mann Act. Is it the charge that he paid the girlfriends and he flew them from place to place? Or is this more for the escorts that got paid and moved from place to place? We'll also probably find out what prosecutors want as far as time. If you remember Wednesday, they said 20 years. He's facing up to 20 years, so we do not believe he should be let go on bail. Now, the Mann Act has a maximum of 10 years in jail. There's no minimum because it really depends on the situation. The Mann Act is enforced primarily when there's minors involved. Now, I do want to give you a little bit of perspective.
The Mann Act is enforced primarily when there's minors involved. That's interesting. Can y'all please hit the like button, y'all? Come on. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for being here. And I don't want to be badgering y'all because, that's annoying because y'all trying to watch a video, but I keep stopping to say, hit the like button. So I understand that, but hit the like button and I won't stop the video. Come on, y'all. Please hit the like button. We need 100 likes. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Let's go. Hit the like button.
Eliot Spitzer was a governor.
Well, hit a thumbs up button.
In New York, and there was a big scandal, and it turned out that he was paying he paid up to 80,000 for prostitutions, and he transported them between state lines. He was not charged at all. Prosecutors didn't feel the need. They were adults. They knew what they were doing, and he used his own money. He did not use state funds. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out and what the prosecution's justification is for giving him the amount of jail time they want to give him. Now, the defense is going to say time served. He shouldn't have been remanded in the first place. He's already done 10 months. He doesn't have any priors. And nobody else is really convicted or charges are brought forth on cases like this where
And I want to say this. This is huge. Him not having a prior criminal record is the reason, I would say the main reason why Diddy is not going to do 20 years. You can't get 20 years if you don't have any previous convictions. It's impossible. I'll say it again. It's impossible for you to get 20 years for this prostitution stuff when one is not a violent crime, two has nothing to do with drugs, and three is your first offense. So for all of y'all saying 20 years, I'm telling you now, it is impossible to get that much time when you have no prior convictions. It's impossible. I don't care who the judge is. There's no way in this world that he gets 20 years for some goddamn prostitution. And there's no violent crimes. No, it's never going to happen. Never going to happen. I don't care how much you pray, hope, whatever. It's never going to happen. Once they drop the RICO charge, everything is over. It's over. He's going to get time served and probation. That is it. What's going on, Tiny 2.0? Absolutely not. There's no way in this world. He has no prior convictions. And it's not a violent or drug-related crime. Nowhere in hell at all. Impossible.
Involves all adults, and they're only doing this because of who he is. Be following Inner City Press today.
I know. I was thinking about the same thing. What's up, Moeezy? I was thinking the same thing. She got them things in our face. I was like, oh, okay.
We'll be in court, so I will be reporting. Guys, how have you been? What are we thinking?
Has been acquitted of racketeering, that's the RICO count, and 2 counts of sex trafficking by coercion or force. But he was convicted of 2 counts of engaging in interstate transportation for the purposes of prostitution. So what does this mean in terms of a sentence? Allow me to explain. I'm Molly. I'm a federal criminal defense lawyer, and if an attorney doesn't practice in federal court, they likely don't know how to break down federal sentencing. Let's get into it. Okay, so the 2 counts of conviction are violations of 18 United States Code, Section 2421, subsection A2. And the first thing you need to understand is that all sentences in federal court are essentially governed by the United States sentencing guidelines. The judge, the parties go through this process.
All right, so there are specific sentencing guidelines that have to be adhered to.
Where the guidelines are determined, an advisory sentencing range in months is determined, and then the parties can argue for whatever they consider to be a reasonable sentence. The other thing you need to know is that there is no mandatory minimum for violations of 18 United States Code, Section 2421A2. And to determine a sentence for this offense, you have to go to the United States Sentencing Guidelines, Chapter 2, Section 2G 1.1. I believe that the sentencing calculation under 2G 1.1 is pretty low. Basically,
all right, hold on. I don't want to miss nothing. I was reading. Hold
United States Code Section 2421A2. And to determine a sentence for this offense, you have to go to the United States Sentencing Guidelines, Chapter 2, Section 2G 1.1. I believe that the sentencing calculation under 2G 1.1 is pretty low. Basically, Sean Combs, P. Diddy, is going to start at a level 14 under this guideline.
Level 14.
And there are circumstances where the court could have added 4 levels if there was force or coercion in the case. But here, because he was acquitted, I think, of the sex trafficking by force or by coercion, there is a recent amendment to the guidelines that says the judge can't consider acquitted conduct. So I don't think he's going to get those 4 levels. I think he's going to be at a level 14. Now, there is a special instruction under this guideline that if there is more than 1 victim, you go to Chapter 3 and you address multiple counts, kind of like the grouping rules. So here we might see a couple of levels added because we know he has 2 counts with 2 different victims described in the indictment.
Everybody watching who just came in, make sure to drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people who just came in, welcome and thank y'all for being here. My name is Mr. Let Go. I'm covering this Diddy situation. Everybody who just came in, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people who just came in, and make sure to hit the thumbs up button.
So let's say his total offense level is somewhere between perhaps like a 14 or a 16, depending on the multiple counts grouping rules in Chapter 3. The other thing you have to calculate is Sean Combs, P. Diddy's criminal history category. We know he has the conviction that he pled guilty to for the domestic violence against Cassie in California, but at most that's probably just a 1-point or a 2-point offense. I don't think he has any felony convictions, so he's likely in criminal history category 1. So then when you go to the sentencing table and compare his offense level to his criminal history category, when we look at those who are in criminal history category 1 and levels 14, 15, and 16, you can see that we're looking at sentences that range from about a year and a few months, a year and a half, to 2 years, 2.5, depending on those grouping rules. So this is certainly a situation where his attorneys can ask for time served.
Guys, Diddy is not coming after me. There are a number of weird AI TikToks going around right now that are literally clickbait, acting like Diddy is coming after all of these content creators, and my name is attached to a lot of them. Some people are generally worried about this now because Cassie Ventura wrote a letter, and also Deontay Nash, who testified against Diddy, worrying that he was a threat to them if he got let out from jail. I'm just being honest. These clickbait headlines that are going around like Diddy is coming after these content creators are literally just inducing fear for no reason. Like, people should be probably a little bit scared for the people that testified against Diddy that are literally saying, we are scared that we are a target if he gets out. But the fact is, Diddy is not coming after all of these content creators. There has been so many content creators that have reported on this trial throughout the whole thing. It's literally like a new age of media that we are seeing happening with content creators on TikTok and also over on YouTube. Let me tell you, he would be going after thousands of people if that was the case. To top it all off, Diddy is still in jail. He does not get to walk free. Diddy has still been found guilty of 2 felony charges. The man still has to get out of jail and fight almost 100 civil lawsuits that have been filed against him that are still being filed as we speak today. Please don't be scared and don't fall for these clickbait headlines that are going around just trying to get a bag. But I love you guys, and y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
They celebrating him.
Uh-oh.
This is what this man is.
Gene Deal mad.
I talked about his character, bruh. In court, we heard stuff that came up that none of us know. They out here celebrating. Yo, and talk about, yo, what Gene gonna do now? How Gene feel now? Gene good in the hood. I could go open up my refrigerator. I'm not here to praise this nigga.
Wait, I can go open my refrigerator. Yo, Gene Deal be saying some crazy shit. He said, I can open my refrigerator. What? I can open my refrigerator. Bro, what did that come from? Everybody hit a like button, everybody hit a like button, everybody hit a like button, everybody hit a like button. As long as he leaves Mr. Let Go alone, we good. Facts. Thank you. Yeah, y'all got to protect me from Diddy.
And don't fall for these clickbait headlines that are going around just trying to get a bag. But I love you guys, and y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
They celebrating him. This is what this man is.
They was out there looking like buffoons.
I talked about his character, bruh. In court, we heard stuff that came up that none of us know. They out here celebrating. Yo, and talk about, yo, what Gene gonna do now? How Gene feel now? Gene good in the hood. I could go open up my refrigerator.
Oh, okay, I get it. Gene is saying that I'm not in jail, therefore I'm good. I can go in my refrigerator and buy and get a snack and Diddy can't. Okay, I get it. That makes sense. He's free and he can do what he wants. Okay, I got you.
I'm not here to praise this nigga. I'd rather see him buried. And y'all can say and feel however you want to. Because that's the way he felt about people we all used to be around and love. Y'all can't feel what I feel. Y'all don't see what I see. But it's good. The judge showed us today. They talking about some bail hearing. They talking about, yo, we gonna, because he had 2 charges. I don't understand that people sitting there talking about he gonna get probation. No, dummy. There's a mandatory federal guidelines that the judge has to go by. If he don't go by those federal guidelines and the prosecution don't agree with it, they can appeal what the judge ruling is. So what they're going to have to do, he's going to have to sit there for at least 6 weeks. And they're going to do what they call a pre-sentence report. In that pre-sentence report, it's going to have certain guidelines that the judge is going to look at. The judge know the case. The judge know all what was thrown out. Judge know all what was contested and everything like that. The judge know the case better than anybody. Do you understand me, Mighty?
He's the judge, sir. Hold on. So let me play this real quick. I think this is a girl that is trying to sue Diddy. Hold on. Y'all check this out real quick. So this is another content creator named JLR Investigates. Check this out real quick.
She was supposed to come in within the first week and a half, and then suddenly she got scrapped. Now some people say she got scared. Other people think that she's not credible. She got issues going on. A lot of people believe her and wanted her to come on, but she has spoken. But I want to play the chef.
Yeah, the
So
chef.
let's get the chef up, and we'll listen to the chef Jordan.
Hey, it's me again. I just wanted to address a few things because I know that it's been very confusing to see my initial post about my reaction to the verdict and me saying that I was afraid. And I'd like to explain that, yes, being contacted by the federal government is terrifying. The fact that their visit happens on March 20th, and by April 4th, really, I was made aware that Sean Combs already knew about that visit, even though I declined to speak to the feds when they came. That's why I was served with the grand jury subpoena. So my thing is everyone's like, oh, that's not witness tampering, that his lawyers were trying to pay your legal fees. Now, riddle me this. If someone has assaulted you in the past and they threatened your life because you know about them brutally assaulting the person that they are with, that's at the center of the case.
Okay.
Why would you be offering to pay my legal fees? Riddle me that, okay? And I wasn't responding. So there are text messages, and I do have voicemails from that lawyer too, because they were trying to reach me. Now, in the interim of me not responding, my car was mysteriously broken into. It's a smash and grab in this city, but my car, the alarm system was disabled, and the contents of my glove compartment and my middle console, everything that was identifying me was taken out.
Do y'all believe her right here? This sounds fishy to me. This sounds fishy, and I'm going to show you why it sounds fishy. Just listen to this, because it sounds vaguely familiar to something else that I played before. But listen to what she's saying happened to her car, and I'm going to play you the thing that sounds just like it. It seems like she's telling a story that came from something else. Watch this.
Out and neatly placed on.
Yes or no? Do y'all believe her? Yes or no? Do y'all believe her? Listen to what she's saying, how things are neatly placed. Listen to this. Let me know in the chat. Do you believe her or do you not? Yes or no?
Of my glove compartment and my middle console, everything that was identifying me was taken out and neatly placed on my passenger seat like a serial killer. And I immediately filed a police report and stated in that police report that the feds were at my house 2 weeks before, and that I believe that this was witness tampering and intimidation. And I still do believe it. So for everyone saying, oh, he's not thinking about you, oh, he's not going to do anything to you, oh, nothing's going to happen to you, oh, you're being dumb because now you're saying where you're at. He knows where I'm at. He been knew where the fuck I was at. So,
well, if you're afraid for your life and you're worried about somebody stalking you, wouldn't you just go to your mama house, cousin house, boyfriend house, somebody else's house? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, when you just, stay with somebody else for about a week, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, there's those details. And maybe that's the only thing where anything to do with me and I have to say is alleged.
All right. So after hearing her say this, let me unshare my screen. I want to let y'all hear this because what she said sounds vaguely familiar from a story that I've shown many times. Watch this. And y'all let me know if I'm crazy.
Stop making content for 5 years. You guys
So y'all remember this guy right here, right? He tells great stories, right? Tell you a little bit. He talks about Diddy party.
that attended. I was hyped. I've never.
Right, but when we go all the way to the end, he says this:
a walking liability to them, and now they're threatening me, and that was the worst mistake that I've ever made, and insinuating that curiosity killed the cat. I'm the cat, but it's still not enough to tell Joe about what happened. So I just go on with this charade, and I'm just playing.
It sounds like she watched this story and started telling the story. Watch what he talked about, half and half and all this other shit.
Tourists bringing my friend around the city, and the first day nothing happened. And to this day, I firmly believe that the only reason they didn't do anything to me is because Joe was there with me that whole week, and he had just finished the police academy, and he was officially a police officer. So I think me being with him is the only thing that kept me safe, because they weren't willing to do anything to a police officer. And I knew for sure they were keeping an eye on me the next day, because Joe asked me the night before if I had half and half for our coffees the next morning, and I didn't have any half and half, and he just jokingly said, who has coffee and doesn't have half and half? It was a conversation in passing, it was a joke, and the next morning we woke up and there was a full half and half in my fridge. And the only reason I noticed that is because Joe said, thanks for running out early and grabbing half and half. You didn't have to do that. I was kidding. I didn't go and grab that half and half. I knew that somebody was not only listening, but entered my apartment that night while we were sleeping. And then they started to do these things that only I would notice. Things that if you told anybody, they would look at you like you were crazy. Each night that we came home and we were just winding down and watching TV, I would go to turn my TV on and the remote control wouldn't work. And I would check the batteries, and the batteries would be switched from positive to negative and negative to positive. Like they...
It's the same shit. So let's go back to the lady, because I just want to make sure. Am I crazy? This woman is making shit up. So we go back to her and she says this.
There with, that's at the center of the case. Why would you be offering to pay my legal fees? Riddle me that, okay? And I wasn't responding. So there are text messages, and I do have voice notes. Everything that was identifying me was taken out and neatly placed on my passenger seat like a serial killer. And I immediately filed a police report and stated the police report out and neatly the contents of my glove compartment. And it's a smash and grab in this city.
Now here we go.
My car, the alarm system was disabled, and the contents of my glove compartment and my middle console, everything that was identifying me was taken out and neatly placed on my passenger seat like a serial killer.
Y'all, she's lying. These wouldn't be lying. This woman just took this man's whole story right here. This shit's crazy.
Flipped my batteries. I know that my remote control worked the day before, and they just needed me to know that they were in my house and flipped my batteries, just to let me know that they were invading my privacy on a daily basis. And then it started escalating to when I would take Joe to lunch, or we would pop to the grocery store, or we would go to the movies, and we would come back to the car and my left blinker would be on. They would just open my car and put it down, and every time we would come back to the car, my left turning signal would be on. It happened like 6 times. How can I tell anybody that somebody broke into my car and turned my left signal down? It's something that only I would notice, and I can't tell Joe because I'm not trying to scare him, and it's also something that I don't even think he would take seriously. He would probably say, you probably hit it down when you were stepping out of the car. And then things started to pick up. They started to do very specific things to me that weren't just by chance. We came home one day and I locked the door behind me like I was doing every time because I was super paranoid. My apartment door lock just locked swiftly. My apartment door lock doesn't lock swiftly. I would have to like press into it and jiggle it and force it to lock. And it's been like that since I moved in. And it had this sharp little nub on the front that I would feel with my thumb every single day. And one of the days we came home and it just smoothly locked and the nub wasn't there. So they were letting me know that I can't even lock them out. But how how do I tell anybody that they're doing this to me? Because they would just say the apartment was probably aware of it and changed it. And I still wasn't able to tell Joe because I would think that he would come to the same conclusion. But then the next day, we go to the car to go to breakfast, and we get into my old car that I've had for 5 or 6 years at the time, and I grab my gear shifter and I go to pull it into reverse, and it smoothly goes from park to reverse. And my gear shifter doesn't smoothly go from park to reverse. You have to wiggle it in a certain way.
Come on, y'all. The woman is lying. She got it from this man. So, Bob Davis says, you don't think this could happen to multiple people? No, I don't. I don't think this can happen to multiple people. I think multiple people can say it happened to them, but I think it can't. So, okay, say I go outside my house, right? And I don't know, somebody takes my mail and just neatly sits it in my driveway or some shit, right? I would be like, what the fuck? I'm not going to sit here and think Diddy is messing with me. No, I'm going to think it's some kids. So I don't think the chef is telling the truth. I think she's just making up shit because she wants some attention. And just so y'all know, and everybody watching, make sure to hit the like button. Thank y'all for being here. And my name is Mr. Let Go. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. But I think a lot of people want attention and pity from being a victim of what Diddy did. So Bob Davis said, so what happened to Kid Cudi? Well, Kid Cudi was fucking his girl. That's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, y'all. Kid Cudi was banging Cassie. So, and on top of that, Kid Cudi, he didn't just take his mail out or take the contents of his glove compartment and neatly sit it on his seat. No, he broke into his house and like started walking around his house. He put his dog in the damn bathroom. And when he called Diddy, Diddy was still in his house. So that's a little bit different, y'all. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
You have to press the button with your thumb in a certain way to get it into reverse. I only know this because I drove this car every single day for 5 years, and this gear shifter is pretty much broken. It's an old car. And that morning I got into my car and it smoothly went from park to reverse, and the wooded finish on the gear shifter different matches on it, and this one was brand new. So they were telling me not only are they able to just break into my car and turn the left signal down, they're also willing to manipulate my car. Now I know for sure Joe isn't safe either, and me not telling him these things puts him into danger because I'm driving him around in this car. And if they could change my gear shifter, why wouldn't they be able to cut my brakes? So I basically just break down and I have to tell Joe everything from start to finish about this weird party with this weird agent and the little things that I've been noticing all week, and that this was the last straw. And Joe believed me because we used to drive around in my car.
Keeps messing up. Sorry, y'all. Stockholm syndrome wants to see Diddy. Did Cassie in it? So yeah. All right. So I want y'all to pay attention to this. This has a lot to do with. This has a lot to do with Cassie. So y'all listen to this real quick. Cassie purposely put Diddy in a position he actually may beat this case. Cassie may still after all these years, because I think she's like, yo, is the video skipping y'all, may have Stockholm syndrome, and because of the Stockholm syndrome, wants to see Diddy free. Y'all, let me know. The video skip to the man has imprinted her, and she's going to have this loyalty. Damn it. It is skipping. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix something. Hold on. Did Cassie inadvertently or purposely put Diddy in a position where he actually may beat this case. Cassie may still after all these years, because I think she's like 37 or 38, to this day may have Stockholm syndrome, and because of the Stockholm syndrome, wants to see Diddy free. We want to talk about Stockholm syndrome and the loyalty that women have to the man that has imprinted her. And she's going to have this loyalty for the rest of her life. It's not about being with Diddy. It's about getting approval from Diddy. It's about showing her undying vampire loyalty to Diddy. She has to be loyal to the man that bit her, to the man that bit her, to the man that bit her. So she can go on with her life. But the first thing she has to do before she goes on with her life is to ensure that Diddy does not go to prison. Diddy is Cassie's imprint. Her testimony explained it. So what I'm saying is, she still may be subtly looking for Diddy's approval. She said it in the testimony. She said she did all the freak offs, the pee in the mouth and messing with this person and messing with that person. She literally said, I did freak offs like it was a full-time job. We did 4-day-long freak offs. She drugged herself. She said she took the drugs. She said she did all the shit. She said she went to Craigslist. She went to Backpage. She said she choreographed the freak offs. She said, I took the drugs to numb myself from everything. She said, I took the drugs. Not one time in her testimony did she say, he gave me the drugs. She said, I took the drugs. Diddy is Cassie's spirit animal, but women don't care about somebody saving them. They care about them saving you. Him. See, when you did not get the love and protection from your mother, who is your original savior, you become the savior. You don't give a shit about somebody saving you. You need to be the person saving them, because nobody saved you when you were little. So now you become the mother and you run around trying to save people. She's telling the court, she's telling the jury, hey, what we did was legal. So if her testimony helps Diddy beat these charges, he may finally see her in a way she always needed him to see her, without using her body. Something that she never has been able to do in the past. If she bottoms for Diddy when he needs her the most, bottoms means be his bottom bitch, which is helping him avoid prison time. It may release her from a lifetime of feeling not enough. She has proven to Diddy, after all these years, that Cassie is the most valuable commodity that he's ever had. See, this is the reason why women want men who get bitches. Because a man that gets bitches is the one who actually would see you as special, because he gets a lot of bitches. And then a man that gets a lot of bitches, if he settles down with you, you're going to be like, wow, I must be special, because he had the opportunity to get with all of them women, but he chose to be with me. Versus a man that doesn't get bitches and walks up and says, you're special. You like, nigga, you just don't get no bitches. So the man that gets bitches, that gets with you, is the one that's going to make you actually feel like you're special. But the man that don't get bitches, that wants to be with you, you're not going to believe that he thinks you're special. You're going to think he just is a dude that can't get bitches. And you're the prettiest girl he's just ever been with. And he ain't experienced shit. Because all these other women are so much more pretty than me. He can't get those women. Therefore, you don't want to be with him. Because why would I want to be with somebody that has to think I'm special? Because he can't get nobody else better than me. You want a man that can get women better than you, but you choose her. See, Diddy can get women better than Cassie. And that causes Cassie to have this undying need to live up to expectations that nobody put on her. Hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying on that. Because you think she's special. I do this shit for a goddamn living. What I am saying is, if you believe deep down that you are not worthy of love, you're going to date a man that will confirm to you that you're not worthy of love. Sometimes a woman would be in this toxic, terrible, disgusting relationship with a man. But no matter what, no matter where she goes, no matter what happens in her life, she's still drawn back to this toxic, terrible, disgusting man that doesn't mean her any good. If you've ever felt like you've been drawn or are drawn back to this toxic, pooky dude, even though you're trying to go live your life and be free, but something in your brain, because it's your brain wiring that's causing you to still have this connection to this toxic, terrible, disgusting dude. She ends up believing she's unlovable. And then at some point, she gets with a guy that wants to love her, and she's just like, what's wrong with you? She actually looks down on the guy that wants to love her, that views her as lovable. Because she's like, why? Don't nobody think I'm lovable. And here you come talking about I'm lovable. What do you want from me? You're either a lame, or either you are a good man, but you don't see that I'm unlovable. At some point, you're going to see that I'm unlovable, and you're going to leave me. I ain't gonna fall for this. You think I'm crazy. I'm out. And then she self-sabotages the relationship because she doesn't think she's lovable. She doesn't think she's worthy of love. Women like her do not value somebody valuing them because it does not confirm what they already believe about themselves. The number one biological thing that we all have to be aware of, we search out in the world for confirmation of what we think about ourselves. If you think you're not worthy of love, you're going to find a man that does not think you're worthy of love in order to confirm what you already believe about yourself.
Hey, how about we meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. How about 2 or 3 card games? The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun. Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend, a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. Actually, these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
All right, so I just did a check. There is no status of the hearing yet. We're still waiting. So I'm checking. So we're still waiting. There's no status yet. So let's get back to these videos, but I am watching like a hawk because I want to know what he's going to get. And for the new people, everybody else already did it already, but y'all can say it again. So to the new people who just came in, 1, hit the thumbs up button, and 2, drop your opinion on what you think the Diddy sentencing is going to be. So right now, to the new people who just came in, drop your opinion on what the sentencing is going to be. Is it going to be 1 year? Is it going to be 5 years? Is it going to be time served? Is it going to be 20 years? Is it going to be 10 years? Drop what you think that you think is going to happen in the chat. And we're going to play a little bit more of what Gene Deal is saying.
And feel however you want to. Cause how
about we meet up at a coffee shop?
Sorry, y'all.
People we all used to be around and love. Y'all can't feel what I feel. Y'all don't see what I see. But it's good. The judge showed us today. They talking about some bail hearing. They talking about, yo, we gonna, you know, because he had 2 charges. I don't understand that people sitting there talking about he gonna get probation. No, dummy. There's a mandatory federal guidelines that the judge has to go by. If he don't go by those federal guidelines and the prosecution don't agree with it, they can appeal what the judge, even what the judge ruling is. So what they're going to have to do, he's going to have to sit there for at least 6 weeks. And they're going to do what they call a pre-sentence report. In that pre-sentence report, it's going to have certain guidelines that the judge going to look at. The judge know the case. The judge know all what was thrown out. Judge know all what was contested and everything like that. The judge know the case better than anybody. Do you understand me, Mighty? So the judge is the one who's going to decide. Just like today, can we get a bail? His mama going in there and she signed for $1 million bail and all that. He think he getting bail. And then the judge read some papers. This is how dumb people is. Why you think Cassie lawyer was there the last couple of days? They already knew this was going to happen.
I mean, Mark Agnifilo didn't.
Yo, is it me or Gene Deal be sounding like he's like incoherent? Like, shout out to Gene Deal, but sometimes I'll be like, yo, what the hell are you talking about? Am I wrong? Like, am I wrong? What do y'all think about Gene Deal and what he be talking about? He literally said, the judge is the person that knows more about this case than anybody. Duh. I don't, what are you talking about? Like, what, who else would know more about this case other than the damn judge? Like, he just be saying random shit. But I like Gene Deal, but sometimes I just be like, the fuck is you talking about? Am I wrong? You know, I don't have no problem with Gene Deal, but he just sounds like he just be incoherent as hell. So, you know, and you got to remember, he was security. So it's not like he supposed to be this super intelligent, this super knowledgeable person, but he just be saying just weird shit. And I just be like, then he be pausing like, I think this be happening to Puff. And I'd be like, bro, can you just get to it? So yeah, I just, yeah, like shout out to Gene Deal, because I just, him and Tissa Tales, they both kind of seem to have the same incoherent, autistic something. I don't know what it is, but Gene Deal and Tissa Tales both have the same type of neurodivergent issue or something. You know, shout out to both of them, but I think that's why they get along so well. They both have this neurodivergent type of incoherence about them. But shout out to both of them.
Commit to say.
And we're going to talk about Tissa Tales also in a minute.
Saying whether they would appeal. But if you were the defense counsel here, you got these 2 charges of the conviction. The other ones no. Would you appeal?
Without question. First of all, the fact, Laura, that you are up and bright and rock and rolling is amazing. You and Karen Scannell have been killing this, so great job. Anyway, to your issue, you're always going to appeal, all right? The fact is that this was not a RICO case. It was overcharged. It should have never happened as a RICO case. You want to know why people in the organization didn't testify? Very easy. They weren't playing ball with the government. They weren't going to get up and testify to a narrative that was incorrect. And generally speaking,
that's a fact, because why didn't Christina Quorum go up there and testify? Why didn't any of the escorts, the male escorts, none of them came up and testified? Why? Because they would have said, yo, all this is shit, all this is bullshit. The actual problem is Cassie. The reason why no witnesses testified is because every one of those witnesses would have came up and shitted on Cassie. And I'm not saying Cassie is worse than Diddy, and I'm not saying Cassie is not a victim, but Cassie is Diddy 2.0. Cassie is on drugs just like Diddy was. So they're like 2 junkies just fighting over drugs and shit. And that would have came out if they would have put anybody up on that stand. They would have shitted all over Cassie, even though there was already peeing all over Cassie. They would have shitted over Cassie. Hit a like button, hit a like button. To the new people coming in, thank y'all for being here. Hit a like button, hit a thumbs up button as y'all come in. And subscribe to my channel. Thank y'all for being here.
In these cases, right, these mob boss cases, you have the underbosses who say, he told me to do it. It was him, right? That did not happen here. And it didn't happen because I think that this case, call it what it is. You're trying to get somebody for your government. You're heck bent on getting him, so you make it into the case. The reason they charged Rico, let's just be clear and honest, is because they wanted to get in all the underlying conduct with respect to his bad behavior. If you charge Rico, you're now permitted to get in the issue of arson, the issue of kidnapping, the issue of bribery, the issue of obstruction. So to your point of appeal, yeah, I'm appealing because that information should have never been brought forth before the jury because it was not such a case. Now, spinning to the issue of the whole sex trafficking, I mean, again, no is no under every circumstance, without question. But you're in a long-term relationship for 11 years. Is this how any of us know drug trafficking to be? You're in a relationship for 3 years. This is drug trafficking? It's not. So we have to call it for what it is. So yes, I'm appealing, and I'm appealing because of the fact that all of the conduct that was admitted in front of the jury clearly prejudiced them, and that's what I'm standing on in my appeal.
10 toes down if you're Joey Jackson.
One of the jurors in the Diddy trial is breaking his silence, addressing the claims that the music mogul's celebrity status influenced the verdict. So let's break it all down. Just yesterday, a jury acquitted Combs of 2 counts of trafficking and 1 count of conspiracy to commit racketeering. But he was convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engaged in paid workers. Now, a juror who asked to remain anonymous due to fears of online abuse and cyber harassment is speaking out. The juror pushed back on suggestions that fame swayed the jury. They said, "We spent over 2 days deliberating. Our decision was based solely on the evidence presented and how the law is stated. We would have treated..."
And to the new people who just came in, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you're from. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. To the new people who just came in, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Who are the new people who just came in? And shout out to y'all. Y'all just came in, hang out with us. And I am Mr. Let Go. My name is Mr. Let Go. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you're not familiar with me. But make sure to hit the like button and drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Who is in New York? Drop your city in the chat.
Any defendant in the same manner, regardless of who they
Shout out to Angela Peterson. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
The juror called the idea that celebrity played a role, quote, highly insulting and belittling to the jury and the deliberation process. They added, "I have nothing else to say." This split verdict came after 6 weeks of testimony and 34 witnesses. Yesterday, Combs was denied bail and faces up to 10 years in prison for each of the 2 guilty counts. His sentencing is tentatively set for October, but the defense team is trying to move that date up. So let me know, do you think the jury was swayed by his celebrity status, or do you think the judgment was fair? Drop your comment down below.
And Brown Sugar says, Gene, you witnessed, we were talking about Gene Deal a minute ago. Gene, you witnessed this not much, so you're not much better. If Diddy is so mean, wicked, controlling, and demanding, why didn't he make you participate or do something strange for some change? Please. I agree. I don't put a lot of trust in Gene Deal because a lot of these people, they were in the middle of all this stuff and they are or were as disgusting as Diddy because they stood by and allowed it all to happen. And next thing you know, years later, Diddy is coming out and now these dudes like Gene Deal want to come out and say, "Oh, I've seen everything, and Diddy is this, and Diddy did that." But you were the one that was holding Diddy down. Gene Deal was there when Biggie got murdered, and all he got to say is, "Yo, I was there, and this happened." Okay, why didn't you guard him? But I think he said he was Diddy's bodyguard and not Biggie's bodyguard, which is understandable. What's up, Carla? But you know, it's just strange how these dudes from back in the day, they were involved with all the stuff Diddy was doing, Now they want to, oh yeah, Diddy did this. Okay, what did you do? What did you condone? What did you allow? What did you help? What did you conspire with? You know, so, you know, shout out to Gene Deal, but I don't necessarily mess with Gene Deal like that because he's somewhat of a co-conspirator. Why didn't they have Gene Deal up there? You know, so yeah, I just be looking at this stuff like, I don't know.
He's sitting in a jail cell right now, and the judge denied him bail. And, and he could listen. He's not going to get life, and we know that was on the line.
Oh, and by the way, the government, you know, they filed a letter. What's the government going to ask for? They're going to ask for 50 to 60 months or something like that. The sentencing guidelines, frankly, are 20 to 27. He was acquitted. The judge denied bail, but the judge specifically said, "Look, I have to because they're alleging it's a crime of violence." And the defense basically conceded the violence and said that this is a domestic violence case, except he's not being charged with domestic violence. He had a standard. The judge adhered to the standard. That doesn't mean that at sentencing, he's not going to...
You sound like you're thinking like 3-4 years.
No, I think...
1 or 2 years.
If there's any...
He's going to do 12 to 24 months. And the reason why is because, one, he does not have a criminal record. I need y'all to understand that one thing. If you don't have a criminal record, you're probably not going to do any time. I went to jail before. I was a kid, but I went to jail before, and I got on something called the diversion program, right? It was just, you know, I was in a car thief ring, right? So I was just doing kid stuff, stealing cars and shit. So it wasn't even nothing violent, right? I was a drug dealer and I was a part of a car thief ring, right? So I got caught with two guys or whatever, and none of us snitched. And one guy who had a criminal record, he ended up getting 5 years probation. And because he got 5 years probation, he had trouble getting a job after everything went down. The other person, he went to jail before. And because he went to jail, he did like, I think 2 years for what we were doing. But me, since I had no criminal convictions, no nothing, never even seen a jail, I actually was able to go on a diversion program since it was a non-violent crime. And that is the key. If you go to jail and it's your first offense and it's a non-violent crime, you can, depending on who you are, you can actually end up getting on something called the diversion program. And the diversion program put me in a position where they literally wiped it off my record. Even if you look up my record now, it ain't gonna say nothing but possession of tools. That's literally it. You're gonna see something about possession of tools to commit a crime because it was my first offense. So whenever you have a first offense and the first offense is non-violent, which this is, because he didn't get charged with RICO, which is violent. He didn't get charged of you know, slapping around Cassie. That's violent. He got charged with prostitution. That is a non-violent crime, right? So since it's a non-violent crime, he's probably not going to do any time, and he's just going to do time served. But he can turn around and do another year in jail. That's about it. But that's about it.
Justice, he'll get 21 months time served, something.
Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Drop popcorn emojis in the chat. Find the popcorn emoji and then drop it in the chat. Spam the chat with popcorn emojis. Brown Sugar says, I stand corrected. Gene didn't witness Diddy blank his mother. It was told to him. Hearsay. Yeah, even worse. Yeah, Gene Deal just be talking shit.
Like that. Even if you were to get 36, he's eligible for all kinds of other stuff. He's not going to do much more time.
So you think he'll get out? You think he'll get out within a year?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he should. I think he'll be out within a year, 18 months at the most. I think there's a distinct possibility that he gets sentenced to something akin to time served.
Diddy and Cassie are now being sued by a male entertainer for, amongst other things, trafficking. So let's break it all down. I'm an attorney and I read what happened, so you don't have to. Just days after Diddy was found not guilty on federal trafficking and racketeering charges, he's now facing a new civil lawsuit, this time from a male entertainer named Clayton Howard. According to the civil complaint filed in court, Howard is suing both Diddy and Cassie, accusing them of trafficking, coercion, and non-consensual conduct over an 8-year period beginning in 2009. Howard claims he was trafficked across state lines to participate in what they allegedly called freak-offs. In a direct quote from the filing, Howard states, "Ventura was not merely a victim forced into encounters with male entertainers, but rather an active and engaged participant who willingly manipulated and exploited others to satisfy depraved desires of defendant Combs and herself." Howard, who used the alias Dave, says that he was drugged, manipulated, and filmed without consent. He alleges that Cassie once commanded him activities for hours, leaving him bruised and swollen. And he also claims that she forced herself on him and later terminated a pregnancy without informing him. As for Diddy, Howard alleges he made, quote, applied threats of violence and once threatened to pistol whip him if he didn't comply. Howard is seeking damages for psychological injury, emotional distress.
I actually got the video that I'm about to play of this guy, Howard, suing Diddy and Cassie. And I think this is interesting. So I'm sending this to my phone right now, and it is boom. All right, so y'all check this out. This is, I'm not gonna say this is breaking news. It's not breaking news, but it's somewhat breaking news. Y'all watch this. This is who's suing Diddy and Cassie.
Upfront about that. So
and everybody watching, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, make sure to hit the thumbs up button to the new people who just came in. Check this out. This is one of Diddy and Cassie's, what you want to call it, male escorts.
And so he's always kind of been upfront about that. So but he says 75% of the time you're gonna have the best time of your life with me. The other 25%, I'm gonna beat your ass and you're gonna hate it. But they kind of knew what came with that.
You know, Diddy might have did a lot of bad stuff. He's horribly abusive to women. We all know this. This is his track record, but he does not deserve an unfair trial. And if there's evidence that says that Cassie's involved, they should not be holding that to make her look like this holier than art thou battered woman. He was abusive. Right. He was abusive, but he wasn't abusive because she didn't want to have sex. That's the exact opposite. He was abusive because he would catch us having sex behind his back. She would emasculate him about his penis size because he's not that big. She would always get smart with him. And Diddy, from what I saw, Diddy is although he's incredibly successful, he's incredibly insecure. His ego is on everything. He would compete with me to try to sleep with Cassie better than me while he was paying me to do it, which was insane. Wow. An example, let's say I'm having sex with her. She comes, she's laying in the bed. She's like, oh my God, shaking. I usually would get up and stand off to the side to let him watch her react to coming. He would jump on top of her right after and try to have sex with her, I guess, to make her come again.
All right, so do y'all believe this guy as he's telling this story? Say yes or no. Do y'all believe him? Do y'all not believe him? I believe him because I don't know, he is trying to sell a book. But what he says, I believe. But let me know, do y'all believe him or do y'all not believe him? Dion said we need a Mr. Let Go and Tasha K show. I was on Tasha K's show like 2 years ago. Shout out to Tasha K.
Now, I'm 3 times larger than him. I would probably say, just off a glance, I've never had a sexual relationship with him. I need to say that because you have a.
Bro, why you gotta say your dick is bigger than his? Like, come on, man. Like, come on. That's weird. Like, nobody ever looks at somebody else's dick and says, "Oh, my dick is bigger." Stop. That don't. I'm 3 times. Stop. That don't make no sense. Don't do that. I'm not gonna say that's gay, but stop. Nobody does that.
Keep going.
In a room with this guy for 8 years, so it's like playing on basketball. when you're walking around with people in the basketball team, you're going to see things you don't want to see. So unfortunately, I saw Sean Combs' member. It's not big. So I believe Cassie when she.
But why are you talking about that man's member? Like, Tasha K did not say, how big is Diddy's dick? Like, she didn't ask that. So why are you giving up this information that nobody asked about? Nobody gives a shit about Diddy's penis. Nobody cares. Even women don't.
He said, yo, listen, my husband has a small penis. I'm hiring you because you can satisfy me. He likes to watch. I had absolutely no reason to doubt that she was telling the truth to that.
Did he have a micro penis or something?
It just was small, you know. He big pockets, little member. That's just what it was, man. He
Come
big
on,
pockets,
man.
you know. And women don't care. No disrespect, women don't care when you got a lot of money. Listen, you got a lot of money. We can get around that. He got enough money. She was a young, horny girl. She liked to have sex, and this was the arrangement. He took.
She was a young, horny girl.
Her around. They would have these free calls because she was into the swinger lifestyle. She tried to take me to strip clubs. She invited me to swinger parties. She would talk to me about the lifestyle and how her and Sean like to sometimes get together and get with other couples. So I was completely dumbfounded when I heard the fact that she was saying she was made to have these sexual relationships. And I'm like, when? I never saw you being forced. I never saw you being afraid. The only time I saw you afraid is when he would catch.
And just for the record, Diddy did this same thing, you know, comparing dick sizes with Tupac. I'm going to stay with this video, but I want to play that video too. Give me a second. But Diddy allegedly compared dick sizes to Tupac also.
You nutting behind his back when you told me to do it. So what are you talking about, you know?
Nothing behind his back. So which means like.
Good example.
Yeah, what you doing?
I remember a situation. He got a phone call. So the rules of these freak offs or swinger parties was if he's watching as a voyeur, we can't do anything sexually when he's not there. And that's a basic trust issue between men and women who are involved in a swinger relationship. If you allow someone in.
Hold on, I just want to play this.
Chris and Pac were about one of your artists too hungover. Yes, of course, we're doing all of that. But everyone is going to want to sleep with you right before you give birth. My heart sank in my chest. It's going.
Hold on, where it is when he tried to compare dick sizes with Diddy?
My baby's bad, isn't she?
Oh, here it is.
Sly smile. Hell yeah. This is where the relationship between them became strained. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking. My baby's bad, isn't she? Pop threw me a sly smile.
So this is Tupac, Diddy, and Kim Porter having a threesome together. Shout out to Angela Peterson. Thank you Patterson. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. It's what can you do with the size of your pickle? So listen to this. This is Tupac, Diddy, and Kim Porter having a threesome.
Now, hell yeah. You think you hit it better than me? I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. Sean, what the fuck? Pac came to my defense. Damn, bro, you ain't got to do the sister that way. Tupac appeared upset behind Sean's words. I think my dick's bigger than yours. I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up? Pac was appalled.
So Diddy be doing this stuff.
What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no fucking train. Sean continued. What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better. Let her be the judge. Let's see who fucks better. Let her be the judge. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, nigga, you talking about pulling your fucking dick out? Sean was undaunted. What, you scared? Tupac simply left. Things were contentious since then. The two would not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. Months.
All right, so let's go back. I just wanted to show y'all that Diddy was allegedly comparing dick sizes with Tupac. So let's go back to the Escort. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button and share this video. Share this video.
Room, you're expecting that person to follow the rules. Usually, if you're dealing with a couple where the man is consenting to you sleeping with his wife, the man is in control of that situation. So if he doesn't want you to do it with your wife, you can't. That's just the swinger lifestyle. And anyone who knows about the swinger lifestyle knows I'm telling the truth. If you've gone out and got someone in your bedroom, let's say for your husband, even if the woman likes the guy, she still has to defer to her husband, because when that man leaves, you still got to live with your husband. It's common sense. So this is what Cassie would do. She would defer to Diddy just to make sure he was okay with the fact that she was giving me head, that she might want to keep having sex. And Cassie was insatiable. Diddy never made her have sex with. He never insinuated, yo, why don't you take some D? He never said that. She would go, she would tell him I'm ready. He would say, okay, you could start. He would watch, but he would be more of a protector. He would make sure nothing happened to her. He was incredibly protective of her,
They didn't put you or Rico on the stand.
No, because they knew we were going to say that she was complicit. And it's nothing wrong with her being complicit. He's still guilty of sex trafficking. Like, look at all the stuff they're exposing. In order to be guilty of sex trafficking and this RICO that they're charging him with, he basically just has to know about it, have benefited in some way, and financed it, which he clearly all did by booking rooms in the name of Frank Black. Mind you, I checked into Frank Black's top 3 from Miami, LA, New York. I checked in. Don't give a damn. They're throwing us out there. They used us for material, and then they literally just left us out to be just to the wolves and to the media. They would have never did this to women who were caught up in the sex trafficking ring. These videos, my name is coming up in all of the transcripts. I had Tissa Tells. Oh my God, Tissa Tells makes the most slanderous, defamatory video on me. She said,
"Do y'all want me to talk about Tissa Tells? We're gonna let this play, but do y'all want me to talk about Tissa Tells? Yes or no in the chat. Do y'all want me to talk about Tissa Tells? Yes or no in the chat. We're gonna keep watching this, but do y'all want me to talk about Tissa Tells and what she's been doing? Yes or no? It'll be up to y'all. I need yes or no in the chat. Do y'all want me to talk about Tissa Tells? If not, we can just, I'm gonna keep going with this though.
That Diddy flipped me as a schmex worker. Diddy never flipped me. I haven't talked to Diddy since 2019. I've been a cooperating prosecution witness the entire prosecution. How could you make up a...
Come on, y'all. Yes or no? Yes or no? Say yes or no in the chat. Do you want me to talk about Tissa Tells next? Yes or no?
A podcast claiming that Diddy flipped me. Diddy never flipped me. I'm not talking to Diddy. I'm telling the truth. Now, because I'm telling the truth and you're advocating for Diddy to go to jail because you build a platform of making him look like a complete piece of crap, which he actually is, you don't want to put anything out that says that Cassie might be complicit. You want to keep making Cassie look like a victim. Cassie's a victim.
Okay. All right. So we'll come back to this. I got all the yeses in the world in the chat. I got yes, 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 yes. All right. So we're going to come back to that because he said some more crazy shit. So let's get into Tissa Tells. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right. This is my comment on Tissa Tells.
Don't come forward and ask yourself, right?
So Tissa Tells is a little bit toxic. She's a little bit nuts. So this is what Tissa Tells was out here doing in front of the courtroom right after the Diddy was got off on the RICO charges. Check this out.
Ask yourself like victims don't come forward and ask yourself, right?
We just want to get your reaction. He said he was going to prison, he might be coming home. Just want to get your reaction. What do you think about the RICO?
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, acted ignorantly and had ignorant. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant. Well, baby, here I am. Okay, worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that? Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. So anyway, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, excuse me, can you please move him away, please? So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right? We will, listen, at the end of the day, we have done.
She keeps saying at the end of the day. She says it like 12 times. Watch this.
What we can. This shows that these people care more about, right? So listen, at the end of the day, these people are sitting here in their struggle mad. They want to bully women. They want the quiet women. And there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women also riding on them. At the end of the day, this is
So the women are
women.
ugly.
Meanwhile, the man that he rolled out for don't know him, won't shake his hand, but he wants at the end of the day. And any gay, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it is what it talks about. The jury got it wrong, and the jury enabled this behavior. This is what.
So here's the issue I have with Tissa Tales. She's out there literally saying Diddy is not going to let you suck his dick, baby. But then she goes on Nancy Grace and starts acting like a victim, saying, they tried to do this to me. They was threatening me. Well, as you can see, Tissa Tales was talking shit to somebody else. All the guy literally verbally said out his mouth was, what do you think about the Diddy case? He just got off. What do you think now? And she starts saying, he's not going to let you suck his dick, baby. And then she goes on Nancy Grace talking about, they tried to kill me. They tried to unalive me. They were threatening to kill. I'm like, really? That's what you're going to do? And I'm like, yo, this woman is, something's wrong with her.
The jury enabled. These are the people that support Diddy.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter.
A journalist, and most are journalists, content creator.
Click the link below.
Ruin their lives, ruin their careers,
Ruin somebody's life.
Ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
For those who don't know, this is content creator Tissa Tales, and she's been doing hundreds of. She's literally getting online telling her female audience to ruin their lives, ruin everything that they ever started, everything they built, ruin their lives. I'm like, ma'am, you are you are unhinged.
Link below.
Ruin their lives, ruin their careers,
Ruin somebody's life.
Ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
For those who don't know, this is content creator Tissa Tales, and she's been doing hundreds of videos on Diddy. And overall, she's an advocate for women, which is great. And in this particular video, she's outside of the courthouse right after the Diddy trial, venting about how the jury, which is comprised of 8 men, are ignorant, including the 4 women that are also on the jury. Think about this. You're a journalist, and most journalists are unbiased, but we're human, so it's okay to be a little biased. But right after a jury trial, and these jury members spent 3 to 4 months serving their community unpaid, just for a journalist who is getting paid by doing hundreds of videos following this Diddy story and the Diddy trial. So every month that goes by with this jury trial going on, she's making hundreds of thousands of dollars following this story. And when the jury finally deliberates and comes up with a decision, this woman calls them ignorant. They're operating as servants of our community. Do you know how tireless it is to wake up every morning to sit in a jury box for probably 8 hours a day without getting paid? And the person that is getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a month is outside calling you ignorant? So that's the first thing. That is very disrespectful, not only to the process, not only to the courts, not only to these people, but to the craft of journalism. So that's the first issue I'm starting to see about Tissa. The thing I want y'all to understand about people overall, whether it's a romantic relationship or becoming a fan of somebody like Tissa Tales on social media, you don't know a person until something stupid happens. And right here, something stupid is happening. And now this is giving you an opportunity to see who this person really is. She repeatedly separated the jury and said the 8 men that are on the jury are the problem because they're men. And if they weren't men, Diddy would be doing life in prison. That is nuts, because even though some of us, including me, do not like Diddy, the RICO charges that Diddy faced were stupid. It makes no logical sense for a man that we all know and seen that is abusive, which is terrible, but he's not on trial for being abusive. They have him on trial like he's this mob boss. And cool, if he's this mob boss, let's get him. But the problem is there was no evidence of him being his mob boss. See, I'm looking at the tunnels. I'm looking at the young people. I'm looking at the GHB being in the baby oil. I'm looking at the 10 or 20 women that came forward saying Diddy did this and Diddy did that. And next thing you know, she woke up and couldn't remember anything. Where are those women? Where's all the surveillance videos? The media painted this man out to be this huge mob boss that had this huge organization going on with tunnels and kids and spiked baby oil, satanic rituals. And for everything we've seen, he allegedly murked Kim Porter, Biggie, Tupac, Craig Mack, Heavy D, virtually everybody that worked at Uptown Records. But when it came down to the jury trial, the only people that they put on the stand was his ex-girlfriend, an assistant, and another ex-girlfriend. And they didn't even say anything. So with all that being said, to go back to Tissa Tales, there's no reason for him to be convicted of RICO. We didn't see nothing. So when you see all of the evidence come before you and realize there's really nothing to see here, why in the world is Tissa Tales acting a fool, going off on people, starting beefs with people? Do you know that multiple content creators, I mean a number of them, came out and said Tissa Tales had a stank attitude, she looked down on other people, she got so much preferential treatment where it looked eerie or strange, like she worked with somebody there instead of just being another content creator. She was out there calling the male content creators broke, had little channels, get your numbers up, and she was calling the female content creators ugly, male identified, whatever that means. So like I said before, you don't really know a person until something stupid happens, or once they come out from behind their cameras and go out in the real world and they don't necessarily know how to operate amongst other people. That's when. And that's the thing that I actually see about Tissa Tales, because my whole thing is we all are, you know, certain people behind the screen, but once we get out in the world and start interacting with other people and you're an asshole or you're a bitch or something's wrong with you, people are like, damn, so you're not necessarily a nice person. You realize that some of these people aren't really people. They're just characters. See, this is a problem I have with women when it comes to the professional world. It's difficult for women to put their emotions to the side and look at evidence, logic, and be objective about what's in front of them. They can't seem to do this. And I want to give y'all something to think about because I got some notes. Tissa Tales, if you know of her, is standing up for women who have been abused. That's cool. That's one thing. But remember, he's not on trial for that. So because he's not on trial for that, you have to take that in consideration before you start crashing out on people and calling the jury members ignorant. Think about this. There's something called vicarious trauma. Trauma experienced by those who witness or learn about another person's trauma can literally suffer vicariously through the other people and start adopting their trauma and internalizing it as if it was us. And next thing you know, we're angry like it happened to us. And because of these adopted internalized feelings, you can turn around and end up being vindictive for no apparent reason. And this is extremely dangerous, especially when you're a journalist and you have a huge platform. You now can use this new internalized anger you have for Diddy to literally weaponize your female audience against men.
Look what it got you. Y'all start sending these mofos to jail. Somebody touch you, say something wrong to you at work, go up to HR, document it, get a lawyer up, and sue them for some money. That's what they're going to put you down to. Oh, you just a gold digger. You just want money. You MFing right. Give it. You MFing right. That's all y'all care about. Somebody literally does something. The police, you want to make a statement? I 100% do. When they call you crying and begging and pleading, when their mamas call you crying and begging and pleading, you're going to ruin his life. And the jury showed us, stop showing these people empathy. Stop showing them compassion. Stop showing them humanity. Stop being the MF. Playtime is over. They showed us the way to act. Move accordingly. There are laws. Get them early, hit them hard and often with all the police reports and legal cases and civil cases you can.
God damn. So Tenderoni is in the chat. Shout out to you. You say if anyone has a difference in opinion than hers, then they are jealous because she gets a bag. Oh, okay. So everyone is jealous? No. Like, this is YouTube. We all have a right to comment and do commentary on anything that is going on. I definitely am not jealous of her. I don't live off of YouTube views. Like, I love to get thousands of hundreds of thousands of YouTube views or whatever. One of my videos on Diddy got 1 million views. So, but I don't live off of YouTube views. I actually have a legitimate business. I run Facebook ads. A lot of y'all have seen my ads. So, you know, I have a card game company. So I don't really live off of YouTube views. I love YouTube views. I want more YouTube views, but I don't live off of views. So I don't sit around and say, oh, she got more views than me and I'm jealous. No, because I have a business. This right here makes way more money than anybody on YouTube getting some fucking views. So yeah, I'm not jealous at all. It's not a big deal to me. I'm just doing commentary. Mr. Lego, basically, I'm saying that people say that, but it isn't true. No one is jealous. Yeah, that's all. That's not true. Tissa did not call women ugly. Oh, you want me to go back? Tissa did not call women ugly. Hold on. She just said, shout out to you as a Tissa supporter, but I'm going to show you when she called women ugly. But we're going to play this right here because this woman is literally unhinged. Watch this.
Ruin their lives, ruin their careers,
ruin somebody's life,
ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
So what it looks like to me, instead of this woman, Tissa Tales, just being a journalist and sharing the facts with her audience, she's in some type of way, because I don't know her, bleeding on her audience, bleeding on her audience, bleeding on her audience. Women tend to interpret information instead of just hearing it. And next thing you know, they mix in their own life stories and their own traumas. And next thing you know, she mixes up some type of trauma gumbo that's mixed with her experiences and somebody else's experiences. And now that one man that did something to somebody else has to pay for everybody's indiscretions. And next thing you know, Diddy gets off on the RICO charges. And instead of looking at the evidence, she wants to bleed all over her audience to enrage her audience, which is actually called rage baiting. So instead of just being a journalist and reporting the news, she goes out here, bleeds all over her audience and rage baits them and decides to weaponize her audience against men. Weaponizing your audience against men is not journalism at all. So for the record, I'm all for the Tissa train. I no longer support her because, like I said in the beginning, you never know a person until something stupid happens. In life, all you have to do is sit back, don't be too presumptuous, and just observe the people that you're a fan of, you're in a relationship with, you're coworkers with. And once a little bit of pressure is applied to that person that you're observing, you'll then see who this person actually is. But I made this video with love and objectivity. I didn't call her any names. I didn't say anything crazy about her. All I want y'all to do as an audience is to spend more time observing the people that you look up to, because in time, you'll literally see who they truly are. But so let's go back to, because I got this comment. This woman says, that's not true. Tissa did not call women ugly. Okay, let's go to when she called the goddamn women ugly. We're just gonna go right here.
Ask yourself like victims don't come forward, and ask yourself, right?
So right there, he's not saying anything disrespectful.
I think that much like you, the jury very ignorant, very.
So right here, she says, I think much like you, the jury is very ignorant. So she called these hardworking people ignorant.
Ignorant, very ignorant, acted ignorantly and have to. No, I'm saying the way you came up on me is ignorant. Well, baby, here I am. Okay, worry about your little channel, sweetie. What's that?
That was an insult. Worry about your little channel.
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. Diddy is still not gonna let you suck his dick, baby. Baby, your channel's not doing a good job. Oh, these broke niggas is mad.
Then she calls them broke niggas, which is another insult. Where you at, ma'am? Why you ain't commenting no more? Where you at? What's her name? Sharon. Where you at? Sharon, where you at? Sharon, where you at? Where are you at, Sharon? Come to the front of the congregation and speak for this unhinged ass woman. Listen to this shit.
Oh, these broke niggas is mad. Oh, these broke niggas is mad. So anyway, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, excuse me, can you please move him?
Everybody put the eyes emojis in the chat. Where's Sharon at? Where you at, ma'am? Everybody spam the chat with eye emojis. The 2 eyes. Where this woman at now? That's not true. Tissa did not call black women ugly. Tissa did not call women male identified. Oh, she did not. Oh, okay. Huh? I'm confused.
Away, please. So at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, right?
Drop the eyeball emojis in the chat. Let's look for Sharon Turner.
At the end of the day, right? We will, listen, at the end of the day, we have done what we can. This shows that these people care more about, right? So listen, at the end of the day,
Somebody says she has a different style of reporting. Yeah, an unhinged style of reporting, dyslexic style of reporting.
People are sitting here in their struggle mad. They want to bully women. They want to quiet women. And there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women also riding on them.
Oh, where you at, Sharon? There you go right there. She said there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women. She advocates for women, but is calling the same women that she advocates for ugly. Or does she only advocate for pretty women? So ugly women can't get advocated for? You can beat up or slap around ugly women, but not pretty women? Is that what you're saying? If Cassie was ugly, would you be out here going crazy about her if she was ugly?
The quiet women. And there's a bunch of dusty, ugly, male-identified women also riding on them. At the end of the day, this is the world we live in. Meanwhile, the man that he rolled out for don't know him, won't shake his hand, but he wants at the end of the day. And any gay, listen.
I'm just saying, y'all.
At the end of the day, right? At the end of the
Okay, Sharon is still in here. So shout out to you for being here. And you're welcome here. I'm not talking shit. I'm not being disrespectful. But Sharon, can you speak for your leader right here? Can you speak for your leader? That's all I'm asking, Sharon. Your leader just said, called y'all ugly.
This shows that these people care more about the move him away.
Can you speak for this?
So at the end of the day, right? This shows that these people care more about.
At the end of the day, Sharon, where you at, Sharon? At the end of the day, she did call black women male identified and ugly.
And any gay, listen, at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, it is what it talks about. The jury got it wrong, and the jury enabled this behavior. This is what the jury enabled. These are the people that support Diddy.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other.
These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Ruin their lives, ruin their careers,
ruin somebody's life,
ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
For those who don't know, this is content creator Tissa Tales, and she's been doing hundreds of videos on Diddy. And overall, she's an advocate for women, which is great. And in this, all right, so I just want to play this little part. Then we're gonna move back to the dude talking to Tasha K against men.
Look what it got you. Y'all start sending these mofos to jail. Somebody touch you, say something wrong to your work, go up to HR, document it, get a lawyer up, and sue them for some money. That's all they're gonna put you down to. Oh, you just a gold digger. You just want money. You MFing right. Give it. You MFing right. That's all y'all care about. somebody literally does something, the police, you want to make a statement? I 100% do. When they call you crying and begging and pleading, when their mamas call you crying and begging and pleading, you're going to ruin his life. And the jury showed us, stop showing these people empathy. Stop showing them compassion. Stop showing them humanity. Stop being the MF. Playtime is over. They showed us the way to act. Move accordingly. There are laws. Get them early, hit them hard and off.
So this isn't unhinged. This sounds unhinged. Everybody in the chat type in unhinged. If you think Tissa Tales is unhinged, type unhinged in the chat.
With all the police reports and legal cases and civil cases you can. Ruin their lives, ruin their careers,
ruin somebody's life,
ruin their families.
Crazy.
Let the world see early and often what the consequences of their actions are.
So what it looks like to me, instead of this woman, Tissa Tales, just being a journalist and sharing the facts with her audience, she's in some type of way, because I don't know her, bleeding on her audience, bleeding on her audience, bleeding on her audience.
All right, so let's go back to the Escort. Everybody hit a like. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button.
I was Sasha. We can't take that away from him. He did horrible things. I saw him two-piece her in the chest, and if you don't know what that means, that's a 1-2 punch, a jab and a right hand. I saw him hit her like that and knock her across the room. I saw him kick her. I saw him grab her up. I saw him pull her by her hair. I saw him push her. He was abusive to her. But it wasn't because of sex. It was because he's an abusive man and they were in a toxic, drug-fueled relationship. Their emotions are going. They're high off drugs for days. He's getting jealous because other guys are piping her out and she's enjoying it. Even though he's letting her do it, he's still getting jealous because these other men are giving her more pleasure. She argues with him. He doesn't know how to deal with it. He hits her. That's not him forcing her to have sex.
So what was the hotel video about?
They were with another.
And everybody watching, if you're new to my channel and you have not bought any of my card games, just click the link that is in the chat and just check out what I have to offer. Whether you buy some or not is up to you. My card games right now only $25, so they're on sale. So for anybody who wanted to buy my card games or has not yet bought my card games or don't know anything about my card games, click the link in the chat. Is a blue link in the chat. Click the blue link in the chat and buy my card games, or just check out the website. That's all I'm asking y'all to do. Everybody watching, check out the website, see if you can, see if it's something on there. And just so you know, if you buy 2 card games at the same time, you get free shipping. But hit the link that's in the chat and just check out what I got to offer.
Guy, Jules Theodore. Now, Jules, if there was a male escort in the room, why didn't that male escort testify to the fact that Cassie was trying to escape? Here's what I believe. I believe that guy would have testified that the argument was not because Cassie was trying to escape the freak off. It was probably because she was jealous because he was texting other women from his phone. Because I saw her get like that. She would watch to see who he was texting. She was his girlfriend. She gets jealous. He's a billionaire and he's a hoe. She know he got a bunch of girlfriends. She know he don't want her. So of course she's on a stance where she has to make sure that this guy is not cheating on her. She wants to know. So they probably were in the room. She went through his phone. She might have saw something. She thought he was texting a woman. She decided to leave. They got into a fight. He got caught up. Now, here's the interesting part. I heard during this trial when I was watching that about 3 weeks after, they had a freak off in Miami with me. These are the texts that I heard. Now, they have this fight. She gets beat up. She has to recover. A couple of weeks later, they decide to have another freak off. She tells him they need to change the energy. They need to change the person. The next thing they do is fly to Miami. They call me. How is this someone who's being sex trafficked? And she clearly tells you we need to change the enemy. Then she calls the same guy, because this was what, 2016, 2015 when he beat her? By then, I was sleeping with her 6 years, 7 years by then. She deliberately calls me from New York to have sex with her in Miami 3 or 4 weeks after he beats her up in this hotel and is making her have sex. Make it make sense. She's lying. She was a part of this. They were fighting probably because he had a woman. She didn't like that. He beat her up. She got over it because the truth is she was in love. She was extremely in love with him. She talked about it all the time. She wanted to have kids. She wanted to get married with him, which I thought was weird because I'm thinking you're letting me slut you out, but you want this guy to marry you? How is he supposed to respect you? But I never asked questions, Sasha. They're paying me. It's not my job to ask questions. It's my job to satisfy. So that's exactly what I did. That's what I have to say about that assault, though. I think that assault, I think they were fighting over his phone. I think she got mad. She tried to leave the room, and the male escort in the room can verify that. That's why he didn't testify. Because it makes no sense why myself or Jules Theodore, the two escorts they mentioned the most and the longest, haven't testified. It's probably because we're going to testify against Cassie, and they don't want that.
Well, why didn't the defense team call y'all?
I don't know. I can only assume that they might not know what I intend to say, which is probably the case. They don't know that I intend to say, listen, he did beat her. He did the things that they're saying, but she was involved also.
So it's just safer to just leave you off because you may end up doing something.
Exactly. And I can kind of understand that. Listen, it's safer. We don't really know what this guy is going to say. It's safer to just leave him out. But I know why the government's not. I know why the government's not calling me. They don't want me to say what I'm going to say about Cassie because they know it's all the truth.
Why would they?
Oh shit! Wait! Somebody just said the verdict is in. Time served. Wait. What is the Diddy verdict as of today? All right, so hold on. Let's see. According to NBC News. All right, so hold on, y'all. Breaking news. All right, let's see. Let's go. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. I'm looking for. This ain't it. According to what somebody just said in the chat, there's time served. Hold on. I'm trying to find out what's going on. This is breaking news. Let's see. NBC News. NBC News just reported. Let's see what NBC News is saying. All right, let's see. What is going on? All right, NBC News is talking about Trump and stuff. So I don't know. All right, so this is what I'm looking up right now. As of today, July 8th, 2025, Sean Diddy Combs has been found guilty of 2 counts, blah, 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 but was acquitted. Yeah. He was denied bail. Yeah. Prosecutors are seeking a 4 to 5 year prison sentence. Let's see. I don't see anything yet, y'all. I don't see anything yet, but so I don't know if somebody's trolling or what. So I'm not sure.
Collect your semen.
I didn't know. I thought it was weird. I complained for a few months until finally, I want to say it was maybe a year and a half in they were doing it. I watch a lot of forensic TV, so I would get scared. I'm thinking he's using my DNA to try to set me up, some crazy shit. And I finally flipped out on them like, yo, listen, I'm not giving y'all no more cum. Y'all taking my cum, y'all going to the next room. Like, what the hell y'all doing with my cum? It's creeping me out. She told me that she used to drink it because he liked to see her play with semen. I said, you could do that right in front of him. Cassie, victim or co-conspirator? The story of Dave. Because the story of Dave is the truth and it needs to be told. She's not a victim. She's a victim of domestic violence. She deserves justice for that. She definitely does. And I think she got justice. She got $20 million worth of justice. Short.
All right, so hold on. Let me see.
And the sentencing was set for October 3rd. Last week, after reading the verdict, the judge did say that you all know Diddy was found guilty on 2 charges and could face a maximum of 20 years, though it's highly
We're waiting on the
unlikely that he would
verdict
get the 20
or the
years.
sentencing.
And the sentencing was set for October 3rd. Last week, after reading the verdict, the judge did say that he would assume his team wants sentencing to be expedited, and they said yes. So a court date was set to 2 p.m. today to decide on whether or not it will be expedited. Diddy's team submitted a proposal to have the sentencing be on September 22nd, and that is looking like what the date will be. So I guess we have to wait another 2.5 months to find out his sentencing, but you know I will be here on September 22nd to let you guys know how much time he's getting. Now, you may have missed this, but it was being reported that when Diddy was returned to jail after the verdict was read, he got a standing ovation from inmates. During the weekend, in an interview, Mark Agnifilo claims that these inmates said, "We never get to see anyone who beats the government." Mark Agnifilo even recalled telling Diddy back in March of 2024 on the phone, "Maybe it's your fate in life to be the guy who wins." I mean, you really just can't make this stuff up.
Okay, so according to what is coming out, there is no sentencing. All they did was schedule the sentencing to September instead of October. All right. That is the sentencing as of now.
Be straight. But to lie and say he forced you into this sexual whole innuendo of swinging and depravity, that's a lie. You're only doing that so you can reestablish yourself and gain back the.
Make sure to hit the like button, y'all.
Hold them. You know, everybody knows because most of the people in the game know sheep's a hoe. I know things about her now that I know the situation's over. She was sleeping with people for years. The only way she can absolve that former whole activity is to say, Diddy made me do it. She testified in the trial. She said that she was made to have sex with male prostitutes on her period. Tasha, that's a lie. She sexually assaulted me and forced herself on me on her period. But this time I went there. This one time, the entire living room was dark, which I thought was weird. Basically, in this encounter, what she does is she keeps the room dark.
So right here, Cassie sets him up. She's on her period. And she calls him over. And, you know, apparently he's this professional guy who, you know, tries to do things the right way. And she calls him over. And when he comes over, the hotel room is super dark. So he just walks in and she grabs him and was like, pull your dick out and all this other shit. And we as men can tell when a woman is on her period when we go up inside of you. And it feels wet, but is a different type of wet. So we can feel the difference between normal wetness and period wetness, because what happens is, and I don't want to get too graphic, but when we come out of you, the blood instantly dries, because blood dries like that, right? So what happens is we go up in there and it's wet. We like, ooh, right? But when we come out and then go back in and come out, the blood on our shaft dries up. So next thing you know, going back in, it feels like our shaft is dry. So it's like the front of our blank is wet, but the shaft of our blank is dry. So now it makes us look down and be like, what the hell is going on? So when she jumped on top of him and she's riding him, he felt his shaft dry up because the blood is there, and he jumps up and turns the light on. So that's how we can tell.
I can't see the fact that she's menstruating. She kind of seduces me into thinking that we're going to have sex regularly because, again, I don't know she's on a menstrual cycle. She gets on top of me. She grabs my member. She inserts it in her because she's already wet. She's on her menstrual cycle. She orgasms real quick, and then I push her off of me, cut the lights on, and it literally looks like the St. Valentine's Day massacre. It's blood everywhere because she's heavily on her period. So I'm pissed. Disgusting. I'm like, I said, why would you do something like that to me? This is disgusting. Tasha, the girl is totally shitting on me. She's like, so what? So what? And she's arrogant about it. So Diddy's sitting there watching it. He's her man. He's her protector. I'm getting more and more aggressive. I'm calling her nasty, B.I.
I can see Cassie being like, so what? Stop acting like a little bitch. Just take it. I can see her acting like that.
TCHs. I'm pissed. He says, yo, you know something, bro? You mad cool. It's been like 6, 7 years. I'm not going to lie to you. She knew she was on her period. She just really wanted you to come here. You see how we was calling you. You see how she demanded you come. So she had sex with you. He was like, yo, it was wrong. I'm going to give you some money. Calm down. But while he's doing it, he tells me to keep masturbating so she can watch. Okay, no problem. So now I'm watching her masturbating.
All right, right here is the gay stuff. According to him, because ain't nobody has said this but him. So he could be lying. He could be telling the truth. But this is where he talks about Diddy being gay and trying to like show him his ass. Whether it happened or not, I don't know.
But he's eating out her vagina, shifting his anus in my view. So it's distracting me because I can't see her vagina. I can see his anus. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So,
okay, go ahead.
So I see what he's doing. And at first I didn't realize what he was doing. I just got annoyed. So I moved to another side of the bed. I believe I moved to the right just so I would be at an angle to see past him. He waits maybe 2 seconds. He scoots his ass back in front of my view. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing? So I'm getting mad. I'm like, what is this guy doing? So I moved back to the left side of the bed. Sure enough, a couple of seconds later, he does it again. Finally, I said, yo, what's wrong with you, man? You blocking my view with your ass. Can you stop? And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. He got up. He gets back in the seat like he's going to start his voyeurism again watching. And he tells us we can go ahead. Why is he doing that? Because he was trying to entice me to make me think that his asshole was the same as her vagina. And he was hoping that I might have been high and did it, but I wasn't. So that's the only time he propositioned me.
What's the name of the book again?
Cassie, Victim of Co-Conspirator, Story of Pain.
And that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. And just in case this guy, Dave, or whatever his name is watching, I would love to have you on my show also to promote your book. So whoever that guy is named, if y'all know of him or know his Instagram page, let him know that Mr. Let Go also would love to interview him, because I think Cassie is a junkie whore. So I want to hear what he has to say. His name is Clayton Howard. So if y'all know Clayton Howard or his Instagram page or whatever, tell him that Mr. Let Go would like to interview him. So his name is Clayton Howard. He was an escort from the Diddy trial. So as of right now, y'all, there is no sentencing going on. We were waiting for nothing. All they literally said was sentencing is going to be in September and not October. So we've been waiting for this, but we thought it was going to be a sentence. And Dion says Tyler Perry is next. So let's just say this. I don't want nobody to be next. I want people to start acting better. I want Tissa to start doing better. I want Diddy to see all this and say, yo, I'm going to stop acting stupid. I want Cardi B to stop acting stupid. I want Tyler Perry to stop trying to seduce men. Right? You got enough money, just be with a man and shut up. Stop doing all this extra shit, right? So I don't want nobody to be next. I don't want no black man, no black woman to have to deal with anything. I just want black men and black women to do better. All right? Shout out to Tissa, do better. Shout out to Diddy, do better. Shout out to Tyler Perry, do better. Y'all are doing well. Like, stop acting stupid. Stop acting like idiots. Stop disrespecting people. Stop trying to fill on people's asses and just do better. I don't want nobody to be next. All right? Nobody needs to be next. All right? I need people to start realizing how the direction that they're going in is not going to get them anywhere, and just do better. That's it. That's all I want from anybody. And with all that being said, it is pouring down, raining where I'm at. So most likely my Wi-Fi is going to go the fuck out. So I'm going to get the hell up out of here, because you know what your grandmama say, when it stopped raining, Get out that phone. It's raining. And you're like, Grandma, it's raining. I don't care. You want to get shocked. So I'm finna get off this video because it's raining like hell. But before y'all go, buy my car game.
Help every woman watching, regardless of age, regardless of background. See, in my 7 years of coaching women, the number one thing that I hear in my coaching sessions is her issue or tumultuous relationship with her mother. So what I've done is come out with a card game that will actually help mothers and daughters come back together. We have to get to the source of a woman's pain, her inadequacies, her insecurities, and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call like mother.
Tissa, you might need to buy this card game so you can heal the little girl inside of you. Oh shit, it's storming.
Securities and heal that little girl inside of her before she goes out in the world as a woman. I call like mother, like daughter, therapy in a box. Therapy in a box is 50 questions for the daughter to ask the mother, questions that you always wanted to ask. And it's also 50 questions for the mother to ask the daughter. But when you're able to ask the questions that you always wanted to ask to your mother without her getting upset, without her pulling rank on you, the lines of communication are now open. When women are finally able to forgive their mother, relationships outside of the household would then blossom. Because for most women, there's a hurt little girl inside of her that never had an opportunity to be seen or heard. But all that stops when you buy my new Like Mother, Like Daughter card game. Order it now. The link is under this video. Click the link and let's start healing.
Let's go, y'all. Before we go, let me get 5 people to buy my card game. God damn, it's getting scary out there. Before we go, I need 5 people to buy my Deeper Discussions card game or my mother-daughter card game. Let's go. Before we go, before this lightning strikes me, everybody, before we go, need 5 people to buy my card game. The link is in the chat. The link is under this video. The link is in the chat. The link is under this video. I need 5 people to buy my card game. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. All of y'all do not have my card games yet. Buy my card game. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Let me get 5 people to buy my card game real quick, y'all. Come on, y'all. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Before you leave, buy my card game. You will not regret it. I'm not just a YouTuber. I actually care about my community, and I am looking to sell products that will actually shape and protect the women and men in my community. So hit the link, buy my card game before y'all leave. Hit the link, buy my card game. All right, Joanne says, I'm going to buy that book. Got 2 daughters and 4 granddaughters. I love it. I love it. I love it. See, my card games are literally meant to help everybody in your generation. This mother-daughter card game can help the grandmother. It can help the mother, and it can help the mother of the under the mother, and it can help the daughter. This is a generational card game. So before y'all leave, it's 300 people left. It was like 800 people in here, 300 people left. Get my card game. The link is in the chat. The link is under this video. Hit the link, y'all. Hit the link before y'all leave. Let me get 5 people to buy. Oh, shit. We got 3 already. All right. Thank y'all. Jaden, thank you for buying the card game. Melissa, thank you for the card game. And, some other people who bought already. Let me get shout out to Nicole, Melissa, Jaden, and Montreal. I guess that's your name. Thank you so much for buying the card game. Everybody hit the link. Buy the card game. I'm about to get off this damn thing because it's storming. And shout out to Tenderoni for being here, and shout out to the rest of y'all. All right. Talk to y'all later. Share this video. And if you did not hit the like button, hit the like button.